Test, test, test. Everything looks like it's working. I adjusted my microphone volume since yesterday, so now it should be a lot better, hopefully. Let me know if it isn't. Anyway, today we're gonna make Klimova 24 on the streets map. And let me just make sure that the reference is visible, and it's not, so let me just fix that real quick. Pure ref. And let's change this. Okay. Maybe I should make this window a bit bigger, actually. It's not gonna match up with that thing up there, but it's probably fine. Okay. So it's this building over here that I'm gonna make today. This section, I'm gonna make this one later. So this one we're gonna make first. I will do the same thing here as I did on the building down here yesterday, which is I'm gonna put the front of the building that the player can see. Like, they would come from here, right? So they see this side that's obscured from the camera's view. And I'll put this side of the building on this side as well, if that makes sense. Just so that way the map will work even if they're not seeing this side technically. Yeah, so anyway, this section right here will not be visible at all, so I'm not gonna model this. I just pulled in this part of the block out anyway, just so that I know where this is or where it begins. And yeah, gotta figure out where the tunnel is there, and distance between windows and stuff. So let's pull in the reference man here like usual. Height should be accurate. Let's start with one of the windows, yeah? It's kind of hard to take screenshots of this building because of all the trees here, but it should be fine since the spacing is the same all the way up to the top, right? So let's start with the two doors down here. These two. That will give us a pretty good indicator of how large the windows are, or how tall they are rather. Change the measurement here to 1. Height to 2.1. Let's drop that down. Just making sure that there's no like stepping stone thing here. Doesn't seem to be. Let's pull this all the way to the corner here. And yeah, it doesn't have to be exact, just as long as it looks similar, it's good enough. Right, so let's put that door there, then kind of looks like these doors might be a bit wider than the normal doors, so maybe 1.2 perhaps, something like that. Change this to vertex snap, and okay. Let's have a look at this window. The window looks as if it's looking at the top of the window here. It looks like it's a bit taller or higher up than the door. The bottom there is about, I don't know, a third up on the door or something. Let's pull this guy down a bit so it's on the same plane there. Let's make sure this building is actually the right place there. Okay. Window does look like it's a bit narrower, so something like this maybe. Then there's this basement entrance thing there. I'm just gonna put that there. I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna have this on the map later, but this just gives me a better sense of if the scale of it is right, you know? So it's right up in the corner there. There's like a lid here, right? That looks about right, I think. And then the window starts just after that. And then there's a little bit of space. So looking at the space here from the corner to the window, it's not as wide as the distance between the window and the door here, which seems to line up. Okay. This is a bit tedious, this process I'm doing now, but once I figured out this distance, it'll be a lot faster. So let's see, the number of windows is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's add an array here. It's a molding up top there that probably takes up quite a lot of space. This distance, it looks like it's a bit too much, maybe. That might be because the window is not tall enough, or the block out is too tall. Let's hold this down a bit. This looks more accurate to me. Like I said, it could be because the window needs to be a bit taller. In that case, the door is probably taller as well. Let's move the origin to the bottom there, and 2.3 maybe. So it look a bit bigger than the normal doors on this map. Pull this up a little bit, and then there's this frame around the doors as well. So I'm just gonna grab that here, move that bottom face, apply everything. And I'm scaling along normals here. Just trying to imagine the molding that's going to be up here on the roof. So let's double check the windows here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's right. Maybe I should increase the space a bit. Like, this doesn't really matter that much. As long as it looks similar, it's fine. Okay, let's check those doors again. I'm gonna duplicate this for now, and then I'm gonna was going to multiply it, but I'm going to wait with that. Add another array. I'll duplicate this as well. I'm going to put this in a new collection called Backup. Just in case I need to go back and use that again, I can put that one in there as well. Hide that for now. I'm going to apply this now. And let's move the origin to the center of that window. Or center of this window actually is probably better. And these. And align this on the x-axis. As we can see in the reference here that these windows look as if they're aligned to the center of each door. Right? It should be right. I should probably count how many windows there are though in each row. So let's actually bring this backup thing back here. Let's turn that up to 18. And that does not fit into this to the reference. Just gonna say if I did this. It looks like it's too much space between each window, but might be fine actually. Okay, well in that case I have to remove this one. I have to redo this thing with the doors here. Although the space from the corner might be more. Maybe that's what's throwing me off. Then let's mirror this as well. Let's pull this back a bit. Right. So I think this is pretty good for the windows. Copy this, put that into the backup folder, or collection rather. And, this one can be moved out of the collection. Cool. So let's apply this with the origin here temporarily. Find that, and that. Cool. Let's that window there, the fourth one, or the fourth hole in the wall, should I say, and then here we should have the tunnel. Just for a second. This goes up to the bottom of the third row of windows there. You can see this, this side here is basically aligned to the side of the window. It's kind of weird how some of the windows have this frame around them and some of them don't. You can see it here too. Like this window has a frame around it. This one does not. I'm probably not gonna make it that accurate. It's just weird. Anyway, let's try to figure out how to do this. So let's see if I have a better picture of that tunnel from the front. Okay, so this one is pretty good. This one stretches out further. Like this much, kind of, right? Since I've applied this, I could remove these windows here. These two as well. Okay. So I could make these bricks here, but from a distance, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see them anyway. Maybe. I'm just thinking about how to do this. One way to do it is I could mark all these as sharp, I think, like that. And add a edge split, maybe. Then solidify. Then a bevel. That kind of looks like those bricks, right? You just need to cut the hole there. Let's make a cube. Change to center vertex snap. Now you just need to make this cube the same width, so it's about, I don't know, that much maybe. And then I need to pull this up to where that top of the circle is, which is about up here, I think. Professor Mozart. Hello, mate. How you doing? Hope you're good. But yeah, and then to apply the scale on the clipping there, that looks pretty good, I guess. Right? Pull this in here. It's probably gonna give me some issues up here, but let's try it. Let's make this a boolean. Yeah, remove that whole thing there, but maybe if I just pull this up a little bit. It's because it's intersecting with the top there, so maybe if I change but that doesn't work. I think maybe if I change it to exact, no, that just makes it even worse. Wait. It's fixed. I didn't even do anything to fix it. Oh well, okay. It's not fixed. Never mind. Now it's broken down there instead for some reason. Okay. What I have to do is probably apply that and the solidify. And now it seems to work. Okay. Need to pull this down a bit, I think, like that. Pull this in to about here. Pull. Got a hole in this thing as well. And in this thing. Still giving me some issues up here, but maybe if I turn on proportional editing and pull it up a little bit. Yeah, that seems fixed. Okay. And then up here, there's some decoration looking thing, right? Let's pull this out a bit, pull it up slightly. I'm just gonna save this just in case it crashes or something, you know. Project streets, and this is Klimova. What was it? Klimova 24. Okay. Just want to have a look at this in the render view. It's probably going to look better if I put another material on it later. But that's fine for now. Okay, let's continue trying to get all the windows right. So down here, there's this weird, I'm not sure what it is, this thing. Let's try and make that, I suppose. It's up against the wall. Change it to closest vertex snapping. So I'm just going to pull this to the side here just so I can keep track of it. And this one too, probably. And also this one. So that will help me get an idea about how wide this is. It's like this wide, maybe. Just another good one. Okay, so it's like this wall piece in the back. It stretches how many windows? A bit wider than 4. It's like over here somewhere, right? Pull this up a little bit, extrude, and then pull this out to about here. Tries to the other side, so it's the same. And how high is it? It goes up to about here, right? Something like that. This might be a bit further out like that. Maybe. Turn on box cutter, just because it's a bit faster to make pillars like this. And let's try and make something that looks kind of similar. I'm gonna mirror it, so it doesn't matter what it looks like up there right now. Okay. So what I did there was I put the cursor onto this face, which means the cursor always gets placed in the very center of the face, right? So in the very middle of this. And then I moved this object's origin here and used machine tools to symmetrize upwards. There are many ways you could do this, I reckon, but I just find that the quickest and easiest way to do it. And then add data linked copy, move it to the side like that. We can do the same thing here now, just mirror it across. So when I made the height of this, I didn't take into account that molding up there, so I'm gonna pull these down a bit. And yeah, let's make that thing there, I guess. Pull this up. Make sure this is closest vertex snapping, like that. Cool. And then pull this out to about here, I think. And what they've done in the game is actually they have baked these details in. So you can see if we zoom in or look at this image here, maybe, you can see that the geometry is not actually that complicated. They just baked the detail into the texture here, which is pretty cool. But yeah, let's apply the scale. And bevel, custom, change this to cornice molding, maybe. I think that looks kind of similar. Let's pull that out. Okay, so it goes around the corner there. So I'm gonna try just pulling this off temporarily. Going into the top view here, apply scale, I think it's Control Shift Alt S, right, for shear, and then Y-axis 1, or is it X maybe? X1, yeah. And then just extrude, and then scale on the Y-axis 0. And that should fix that problem. I'm gonna have to delete this top bit though. So let's just select these two faces. Maybe let's just do it like this. Delete, 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 and then just move this one in instead. Just adjust. How far that goes. Let's do this thing again here. Symmetrize. Fill that top face. Okay. And just like a inset here, right? Same thing in between here. There is some... Okay, so in the center here there is a round pillar. I think this is like one of these details that will not be visible at all when I'm done with this. But, yeah. Just a bit. Cool. Ever scroll. I'm gonna copy that same cutter. Just make it a bit bigger. Have it look kinda in the center between those pillars there. I could be more accurate with this, but I don't think it's necessary. Put that in. Just realized I gotta remove these windows here. Just make sure that these 1, 2, 3, 4 windows are gone from there. Yes. Okay. And for this I could select the cutter, Alt Control, click Curve Extract, move that into the scene collection. Just make sure that the visibility is good on this, and it is. Then just make these windows there. Inset. Right? That should fit perfectly into that hole. Mirror cross. Let's put a plane at the bottom there as well, just so that it's a bit easier to read. Dark material. Okay. Another thing we could do here is grab this cube here. back a bit more. Grab the cutter. That back as well. Right. Okay, let's go on to the next part of the building, which should be this center door here. So I think that door is here. Just gonna move this to the side so I can keep track of it. Okay, so it's this door, and this door is a little bit elevated, it looks. Actually, I don't think it is. I think this is the same. Like, you can even tell here that it's intersecting with the staircase. So I think the door is positioned in the same place, if that makes sense. Move the origin here. Alt-D on that, and then align to that origin. And yeah, I'm gonna remove this window. And the reason I'm still having the windows as blocks like this is if this is just to get everything in the right place, right? And if I screw up somewhere, it's easy to fix. Whereas if I would have made holes already, it would have been a bit harder to fix, or more time consuming at least. What else? Maybe that staircase there. Too hard. So make that the same width as the door itself. Pull this up to about here. Just trying to get that looking the same. I think the height is a bit too much. It's more like this, I think. Right? Let's pull this guy in here so we see. Yeah, okay. We'll do this, press E, and then Alt-S to scale by normals. Although I think I might have to apply the scale first. E, Alt-S. Then let's type in 0.25 maybe. Sure everything looks good from the top. It does. Okay. Then it needs to do the same here. E, Alt-S, 0.25. That's it basically. We can remove the bottom here because you won't ever see it anyway. Let's make a cut in the center there maybe. Delete these first. Let's pull that in to the corner. That's close enough, I'd say. It does have some like extrusions there, but I'm not gonna bother with that. Nobody's gonna see that from a distance anyway, right? You'll see it from about this distance, I think, when it's done. Okay, I gotta keep check on my time because I have to do some laundry in about an hour, I think. So let's to the other side of this. Let's apply this and this and this. Not sure what happens. Oh, it's still counting as a cutter. I think that's why. Let's make sure the visibility is good, and it is. Apply. No, it's still being weird for some reason. Why? Does not have any modifiers. Oh, but this does. Alright, so let's apply that. Now it should work. Okay. Join these together. Sharpen this. Set this to 60. Cool. Now we should be able to mirror this on that door. So let's Alt X like that. That should be accurate, right? If we look at the reference on the other corner here, we can see that this is the second, like this thing here. Here's the corner with that window. Everything is lining up. Delete those windows. I think maybe this should be a little bit lower. Just slightly. That's okay. Okay, I think we can cut some holes in this now using these little temporary lockouts. I am just gonna put a loop through each one of these windows like this. Make sure it doesn't mess with this boolean there. Seems fine though. Okay. Need one in between every window like this. Seems fine. Same thing on the side. Then one between every window. Okay. Let's hide this for a second and just look at it, see if anything is screwed up. I think it's fine. Let's pull this down a little bit, because if it's if this face is on the exact same place as this edge here, it's usually causes some issues when you make a boolean. Oh, that should be fine. You can see now, because this door is on the same, like it's equally tall, but the staircase makes it look as if it's a smaller door, but I mean, they've done the same thing in the game, so... Right? So I think I'm gonna apply here. I'm just making sure nothing is screwed up. I think it's fine. Hide this for now, just temporarily, because this might cause some issues later. Okay, there's one more thing I gotta do. Gotta select these edges, bevel them like this. That screwed up the boolean. Let's undo. Do it again. Just make sure that the boolean is okay. Okay. Smart apply that. Okay. Apply that for now. I'm just going to select this row, turn on auto merge, double tap G, pull up. And then I'm going to do the same for each one of these, so double tap G, pull down. Up. Does look like something weird is happening here though. That's because of this here on this side. Don't really need any of this on this side, to be honest. I could just dissolve all this. Do the same here for now. So down here, it might cause some issues. It doesn't really matter what this looks like in terms of the topology. Since we're gonna have this thing covering it anyway, right? And it's flat, so it shouldn't be a problem at all. I'm just gonna do it up to this point, pull that up. Same here, pull that down. Okay, that did cause some issues here. Something strange happened here as well. Let's just delete that. try and fix it. Okay. That's it for the windows, I think. I'm gonna select one of these windows. I'm gonna click perimeter, I think. Should select all of these windows. Before I do that though, let's add the facade material shading. Not sure what's happening here. I can't add a new material. Super strange. Let's try this. Save blank material. Okay, that worked. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, guess this will be our facade material. Change this to white material for now. Then this other material will be the windows. Klimova 24 windows. Those will be assigned to those. Okay. I'm gonna press Z to add a seam to all of those, although I don't think I need to. And let's add a texture. So I made a bunch of 2D textures in Photoshop, and I also made a bunch in Blender. We save them in a folder here. Give me a second. Streets, and then let's have a look at these windows. Okay, these seem to be the same like type of window that's everywhere on this map. So I'm gonna bring in this one, I think. Set that to non-color. Mix shader. Use this as the factor. Duplicate that. Make one. Use black for now. Okay. And now press U. UV unwrap. Let's go into UV editing. All of our windows are here. I explained this yesterday when I made the other building, but what you want to do is have all of these in the same place so that you don't have to edit each one individually, but all at the same time. And you could do it if you change to vertex snapping up here, and you can like snap them manually. But I'm using Zen UV to do this for me. So just do that. Moves them all to the right, and then all to the bottom. So now they're all in the same place. Scale that up and try and fit this to the window. Let's have a look at it. They're probably going to be upside down. Yes, they're all upside down. Let's select all of these in the UV, 180. And I don't know why it does this, like why are some upside down and why are some the right way around, you know what I mean? Why are they not all the same direction? I'm just going to manually select all the ones I can see now that are upside down, so this one. Somebody knows how to fix that quicker way, that'd be nice. One piece. Hopefully I'm not missing a lot of these. It's on my end, sorry about that. I think I got all of them. Let's rotate this. You see any upside down windows? There's one here, 2 of them actually. Yeah, I think I got them all. Guess we'll notice eventually, if not. Okay, so all the windows in place. Let's edit the facade material actually. Let's just split this and make this a shader editor temporarily. And I think we could just project from view on this. We add a brick texture, because I think it's brick, this whole building, right? Yeah, seems like it. Pull this in here. That's completely screwed. Okay, that's better. Change the scale. Change the color. Let's look at it from a distance. Half the building is in one color, half the building is in another, apparently. But let's focus on this bottom part, which is like some gray color, right? Pull that down a bit. Not too much, maybe. And those bricks look like they're a lot bigger, actually. Like that. This here does not matter since there will be a different building there, so you won't see that anyway. That's fine, that's fine. Yeah, okay. Let's edit the windows as well here real quick. I like to give this black material fully metallic, because that gives them like a nice reflection, even though it's technically not the right material. Roughness, pull that all the way down. Let's change this HDRI. Let's change it to let's keep it like that for now. Turn this down a bit. Does it look like the windows are too like indented into the wall, maybe? Just gonna select all these. Make sure I'm in X-ray mode. should be better. Okay. Let's go back to the facade material. And let's add a bump. Use the factor here. I should give it some, way too much though. But let's in a bit. This fakes like the gap between the bricks in the wall. Let's increase the roughness as well, because it's way too rough. And I think that's pretty good. Maybe a bit more. Let's... sure. Right. And then we have this like cornice thing at the top as well. Or the molding rather. So I'm gonna pull this all the way to the side. Apply the scale. That looks sort of similar, right? And let's do this again. Control Alt Shift S 1. Pull this all the way there. And then Y scale by 0. It's also quite funny that they have balconies here, but it's clearly just the window there still. It's like a... I'm not sure what these are called, like some sort of divider as well. Let's give these a similar material. Or something with high roughness. I'm gonna rename this Klimova Ornamental or something. Copy this color. Stay in there. I usually like to give these ones with one color, I like to give them a noise texture, because that way it's not too what do you call it? It's not just one solid color, you know. Put that up the color here, paste that in here. Increase this. Bit too much. Something like that is probably better. Let's try and change this to constant and see what that would look like. Breaks it up a little bit. Could also add a bump to this. Maybe change this to be now it looks as if it's a bit worn. Yeah, sure. So let's add those dividing pieces, which looks like it's just the same type of deal. Pull this in a bit to center. Just want to figure out, are they positioned in the very center between the windows, or does it look like it? Okay, gonna pull this all the way to the side here. And slightly there, and then add that bevel. Scaling it a bit to make it look the same. Control Alt Shift S, 1. Scale on the 0. Okay. Give that the same ornamental material there. Okay, then below the third window here, you have another one. Then something here too, but this one is different. This one might just be something like this. We're gonna have to adjust some of this stuff, but for now, it looks pretty good. So I'm just thinking of a quick way that I could add windowsills. Like each window seems to have like a little sill below it. I think it's called the windowsill. This thing here, right? Do this in coplanar. Does that select that? It seems to do. So if I select this, 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 I select these manually all the way to the top, coplanar, and then I press 4 to just copy those faces. Basically, it's just an add-on doing that. And then select all. E to extrude up. Cool. Let's look at it from above. It's isolating it. Then select this and press Shift G and then select similar normal, and that should select all of the normals facing that way. Right. Cool. Not that it's very visible. Maybe I should give that a different material. Give it a black material. Metallic. It's not even very visible. Okay. These things here should also have the same ornamental material, I think. Probably fine. It does seem to have like a metal roof though. So let's check that. Yeah, it seems to have like a red metal roof on top. So I could just select this face here and just pull this up a bit, I guess. Material, and here I think I'm gonna go into top view, project from view, add an image texture. I'm gonna use a trim texture that I made. Using a normal, get into a bump, to the normal, change that to non-color. Then I just need to adjust where that is. UV map. So these are just some stuff I modeled and then baked onto some textures. Looks okay, but it looks kind of weird, so I'm just gonna make that into its own object and then have it go over that model a little bit. I think that looks a bit better. Can change the color here to, doesn't really look red, it looks a bit more like it's weird pink, something like that, right? Okay. Like similar perimeter on these windows here. Give this a new material, assign, and I'm just gonna select the windows here and copy this principle, paste it in here. This is what it would look like if it wasn't boarded up, I guess. I think I could keep it like this, like it doesn't really matter that much, or I add like plywood and graffiti to this. Okay, I'm just gonna append a material I made before. Plywood. Sure. Let's turn off box cutter, add something that looks like graffiti at least. How are we applying first? Okay. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Let's have it like this maybe. It'll be fine. Let's give these sod material. Maybe the staircase as well. Not the facade material, the ornamental material. I think maybe I should make that a bit darker. Just so that it's easier to tell apart. I could probably hide this now. And this roof, and I'm gonna select these edges and then Control B. Segments should be 3. P for profile. Turn it up to 1. Okay, and then I do this again. Strange. My scale, maybe now it'll work. Oh, right, it's because of this. So now it's working. So this is just for making the, I'm not even sure what this is called, some sort of metal holding the roof together at the top. It's 4 to take that off, didn't work, so I'm just going to copy it manually like that. Separate new selection. And done. Solidify. Let's check what material I used here. Let's name this Roof lower, Klimova 24. Duplicate that and let's name that roof Klimova 24. Right, change the color to something very dark like that. Let's look at it like this, and now let's that, unwrap, cool, and okay, they're the wrong way around, so I'm just gonna rotate them like that. Cool. Right, let's also add a roughness texture. I do like using this one. That looks cool when it's fed into the base color as well. Although it's just non-color. It's a color ramp. Change this to constant. Right, this should be working. Let's try flipping it on 90 here. That looks a bit better. Okay, let's go back to the facade material, and we could pull in some image textures here to give it some more, like, make it look a bit more dirty up top. Let's go into my texture folder. I should have a leaks folder here for some like this. Change this to be surface. These textures don't have transparency, so I'm gonna have to make a mix shader here. Feed this texture into the factor, make it transparent. I'll change this to like black. Let's do high roughness on that. And it's still like feeding through some stuff there that I don't want, so let's add a color ramp. If I adjust this, I should be able to get rid of it. Maybe it's because it's intersecting a bit. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so I want to reuse this portion here for the other images I pull in. So I'm gonna press Ctrl G to make this a group. Heath 0. Yesterday they mentioned having the streets expansion almost completed. What direction do you expect it to expand? Let me think if I can remember the trailer. They showed some pictures, right? I know I recognize some of those parts. I think I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure. You know, here in this area there's like a tank. It's blocked off. Back here there's like a I'm not sure what to call this. This looks like it's an embassy. And I think this will be probably be in the expansion. And I know a very, very long time ago, like before they even released Streets, they also showed a bank vault, right? And that's from the tar bank, so that's here. So they might open this up, I think. And also, if you go here to this area and you look towards this bit here, this is all very detailed and it looks as if you're supposed to be able to go here. So I think you'll be able to be here as well in this area. Not 100% sure on that, but so here, and maybe here as well. Because there's tunnels here, right? It's just blocked off. You can't go here, but it looks as if you're supposed to be able to. A lot of extra detail by the cinema. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe here as well, actually, behind this ruined house, because this also seems very detailed back here. Other than that, I don't really know. Like, maybe it'd be cool if they unlocked like this whole road as well, so you could travel this this bit. But I don't know. What I'm hoping for though is that they're gonna unlock more parts of the hotel, because right now this is just like one corridor. Like, it looks massive, but you can't really move around in there at all. It'd be cool if they had multiple floors, sections you could go into. We'll see though. Definitely this part though, I think. 100% behind here. Where was I? Right, I was making this node group. I'm gonna name this to transparent. And then I'm just gonna pull in another image of a leak. So let's try this one. And now I could just press Shift A, group to transparent, pull this in. I don't have to do all those things again with the rest of the leaks. Slightly, so it's not intersecting. That adds quite a lot, but I'm not sure if it's supposed to be that dark. Maybe changing the wrong thing here. Something like that maybe is a bit better. out of a window in the back of the daycare at Concordia and look behind the extraction zone. Yeah, I mean, who knows, man? They could have worked on huge portions that we've never seen any like trailers or anything of, you know? Just because a portion is looking detailed in the current, on the current map, doesn't mean that they have like, you know, their own version that's like super far ahead in development. That we can't see at all, the current one. So I think I could just do this maybe and just change this one. Let's do that instead. Yeah, I kind of like that. Breaks it up a bit, makes it not look so clean. Just one more variation here. Let's just select all of these. So there's more of this stuff here. I'm just gonna scale it a bit and I'll do the same thing here. Maybe move some of these around a bit. Okay. It's not done yet because we still have that top part that's like yellow. So I guess I should get on that right now. So if we go into edit mode here, select facade, then unselect this bottom portion. Make sure all those faces are unselected. Okay. Duplicate. And I'm just gonna make this like pink so I can see that it's accurate. It is, okay. So I'm just gonna duplicate this one, change this to facade 1. Right? And then we change the colors to some yellow, I guess. That's too strong, isn't it? Should be darker. Yeah, definitely too bright. Trying to think of a better way to do this. Okay, so let's just look at that, and then we look at this picture here. That's not really yellow, I guess. That's my problem. It needs to be more towards the brown. Got to take into account that this has the sun on it as well. So if we look at the shadow there, that's probably more like it. Another thing is, I think this scale here needs to change. Not the scale, sorry, the mortar size. So if I change this to 0.1, decreases this the gap between the bricks. Okay, let's change this to be the same HDRI as the one I'm using on the map, which is this one. So this will be a much more accurate representation. I think that bottom parts might have to be darker. Don't know what that song is, but change it. Right, so let's change this to be a bit darker. Sure. Does it look like the bump is flipped here? Or am I imagining things? It's probably fine. Honestly, not sure what to do next. I think maybe it's... I was gonna say done, but then I realized there are balconies here as well. And I could make those real quick, I guess. And in the game, the balconies are under the window, so it's not like a door I have to make for this, thankfully. Change this to be... Okay. Let's first like try and get the measurement right for this. Okay, and then for this fence around it, I think I'm just going to use an image texture. Guy up here so I get the height of that looking pretty good. Image as planes. And I have a bunch of these saved here. I'm just going to use scaffold, pine. I've used these quite a lot. It's looking quite blurry right now, but I should be able to fix this. Let's pull this down so that you can't see that bottom parts. Maybe pull that up a little bit as well. Okay. So all I gotta do is add a color ramp here. Change this to constant. And maybe some mix shader instead. Let's not do that actually. My mistake here was I added this here when it should be on the alpha. Okay, change the color to be black or the gray, I guess. This looks like it's a different material, so I'm just going to make it... actually, let's remove that and make it the ornamental. Duplicate it and let's just make it gray. Materials. Okay. Now let's see where they are. So it's the third window here. Just gonna try and get it somewhat centered. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Then it's that one and tripping here. says it's 6 of them. Pull this down. Here, maybe. Barely see it in this light though. Rotate it a bit. Okay, also gonna add a roughness to this wall. Just thinking about how to do it. Let's just make a new material. Let's pull in this one maybe. Has to be to this one, to the facade. Let's cut that. Let's see if that makes any difference. Switch to this one and scale it a bit, and then go back here. Color ramp. I think it was the wrong way around. It's probably the same up here. Okay, that roughness map, it just adds a little bit of detail to the wall. There's nothing in here worth looking at, right? I think there's a truck there or something blocking the way. So I don't think I have to make anything there. This, I could just remove that face, right? Or I suppose I could keep it and just add a missive that is black. Okay, I'm getting close to having this done now. I don't have to do this side because this will be, like I said, if you look on the map, you can only see this side of the building, right? You can't see the front, so I'm just gonna make this side, even though this is technically on the wrong side, it'll be here. That way, if you look at the map and try and figure out where you are, you could see that and kind of know maybe, or at least recognize this. I think that's it. Like, it'll be on the map, so you'll see it from a distance like that. That is it's good enough for this. Yeah, so I'm done. I'll just remove this dude here. Let's add some cool characters like I usually do. Put this guy here maybe. Have this other guy walking over here. Mix shader, light path node, camera ray. And then we can change to HDRI again. Just for something nice to take a screenshot with. This looks a bit too bright maybe. Maybe this one. Let's rotate it. Does look way too clean in a sense. Maybe the roughness should be a bit higher. Oh, it definitely looks like it should not be inverted on the bump. Let's try and fix that right away. I'm not sure, I don't like that one either. Roughness, Klimova 24. Saw that up here as well. Just gonna quickly add a door there. Okay. That's pretty cool as well, although I don't know. I guess I'll stop here. It's fine either way. Yeah, I'm done. Pretty happy with how it came out. I kind of want to spend more time like changing the materials and stuff, but like I said, you'll see it from like this distance, so it's not gonna matter anyway. Maybe one more small detail, which is I select this. It's up here. And just separate. Pretty sure almost all of these buildings have some sort of fence up here. I'm just gonna add that. To make that work, I have to change this to be repeat, like that. Then mirror across. Strange. Let's remove that. Do it again. Why is it outside on that side? Oh, right, it's because of this thing. It's not there. Okay. So I would have to do this and that. Okay. Now it's done. Okay. I'm gonna stream again tomorrow around, I don't know, 3 or 4 p.m. Central European time. I said I would do it at that time today as well, but I started a bit early because I had to do laundry. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.